Hey guys, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, tonight we get a whole new family karma and also Real Housewives of Potomac. But that's not what we're back to talk about right now. We're back to talk about Tamra Judge and Teddi Mellencamp because I feel like they're a hot topic of conversation with their podcast. Their podcast is legit. It has to be number one in the Bravo universe, only because 2.5 million downloads in October alone for a podcast is just ridiculous. It's a testament to their success. Now, they're also talking about editing and how Bravo edited out some of their like storylines. And I was shocked to hear this because these storylines sound really good, but it seems like maybe I guess there were other storylines that took precedence. I don't know. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget that we have a new podcast episode with Farrah Brittany from Buying Beverly Hills. You might also know her as Kyle and Maurizio's daughter. And yeah, with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's no secret that when Teddi and Tamra came together to do this podcast, a lot of people questioned it, myself included, as like, this is a very unlikely duo. Like, how the hell does Tamra and Teddi come together? How would they come together and create a podcast, let alone a very successful podcast? Some people say that the majority of the viewership or the listenership, whatever, is due to Tamra Judge and the fact that she's so outspoken. But I do have to give it to Teddi too, who was she was living honestly like rent free in my dreams last night. I was having so many dreams about Teddi Mellencamp and now coming back to the show and having a son, and it was so weird. I don't know what the hell was going on, but Teddi was living rent free in my dreams. But we did not expect this to come together and let alone be as successful as it is. Now, as the episodes dropped, they quickly became one of the number one or at least top Bravo podcast in Bravo podcast history, which there's not a category for it, but there should be. And now they're revealing some of their storylines that were edited out. And now that they are, I'm like, hold on, these were really good storylines. On the Two T's in a podcast, Two T's in a Pod, Teddi and Tamra revealed the storylines that were edited out from their respective shows to their dismay. There was a whole thing with Dove. When Dove was born, this was Teddi, addressing the birth of their child in 2020. Pretty much everything about Dove was edited out when I got pregnant with her. That's probably sad because that would have been great home video footage, right? But there's a lot of cast members. It's an ensemble cast. Kathy Hilton literally said on E! News' first episode of their new show with Justin Sylvester and Adrienne Bailon, they were asking her, do you wish you could have gotten more out when it came to the reunion and you were talking about your side of the story? Do you wish you would have been heard more? And she's like, listen, there's so many women, so much to fit in. I get it. And I'm sure they get it too. She went on to provide specifics like the fact that I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 15 weeks. And also the fact that we took 8 pregnancy tests. As for Tamra, she revealed they cut all of my business stuff out. And so nobody, I mean, obviously, unless you follow her on social media, you didn't know that she started Vina CBD and they had a big party, a launch party. She also added that the entire cast was there, shit went down, arguing, and they completely cut the entire thing out. Okay. Now, earlier this year, Andy Cohen announced Tamra's return for season 17, 3 years after her firing. And we saw that. And I thought the way that Tamra handled this, especially because she had the opportunity to make this announcement on stage with Vicki Gunvalson, but she knew that had she have made this announcement with Vicki Gunvalson on stage, she would be hurting her friend's feelings because Vicki wasn't asked back. So they did the whole Watch What Happens Live introduction where she came on with Vicki, they let her go, and then the next night they had on different guests and the doorbell rang and they're like, oh no, who's there? And she walked in and she grabbed an orange out of the bowl. Made sense? Protective of Vicki's feelings. I thought it was a very classy thing to do. So I really applauded her for that. But Andy announced Tamra's return 3 years after her departure, and this was for season 17. Many fans hope that she'll bring drama and big energy back to the Real Housewives of Orange County, which saw a decline in ratings after Heather Dubrow's reintroduction. That's another thing that I didn't necessarily understand. I felt like Heather Dubrow was brought on to have this huge, like, I'm saving the Real Housewives of Orange County season 16, Sweet 16, baby. I got this. And they wanted to obviously bring back the opulence and everything in between, right? But it came off like she had so much money, she had so much pull, so much control that she was technically controlling the narrative and production, and it wasn't going to go in any other way but Heather's. And that's a problem. We don't care for that. If anything, just give us back Kelly Dodd, Vicky Gunvalson, Tamra Judge, Shannon. Let them all go at it and fight. And then let's bring back Emily Simpson. Gina, I like, but let's bring back some newbies, or bring in some newbies, some fresh energy, but also the energy that we know that is going to bring ratings in for the show. And even after season 17, I'm going to say this, and this might not be the most popular opinion. I feel like if Tamra Judge's return to season 17, which she has teased as the best season yet, if she doesn't bring it, if it's not everything that she's hyping it up to be, this could be the nail in the coffin for the Real Housewives of Orange County, the flagship franchise. Is that something we want? No, absolutely not. But is it something that might be necessary if they're not bringing in the money and the ratings? Yes. 100%. Certain viewers claim that Heather was the reason for its decline, and alum Kelly Dodd recently indicated that Heather gets her due in the upcoming season, which just finished filming. Perhaps we'll get to see it if it's not edited out. I don't know. I bet you, had it not have been for Kelly Dodd going on the Rick and Kelly show, speaking about text messages and a text exchange between her and Vicky Gunvalson, had she not have come up with that, I think that it definitely probably would have been edited out. But now that the fans and every single major media outlet that covers Bravo, now that everyone's talked about it, I don't know if they can edit it out. I really don't. I feel like there's no real way for them to kind of bypass this and not put it out there without the fans wondering what the happened. And now that I'm knowing and seeing some of the stuff that has been edited out, like, Teddi's pregnancy journey, and also Tamra Judge with the Vena CBD thing, I'm wondering, why are we sitting here promoting Shannon Bedore's business? Heather Dubrow, it was like a walking infomercial. We're promoting some of these other businesses. Gina, we promoted her skincare. But why are we cutting out Vena CBD? That didn't make sense to me. And for Teddi, I didn't feel like she had a whole lot of storyline unless it had something to do with the other women. And then it seemed like she was kind of trying to butt in there and get in there. But if she had something going on at home with her husband and also her daughter, why didn't we showcase that either? It's almost like we're dooming her for failure. But I don't want to just give you my opinion. So, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are about this and them talking about the storylines that were edited out, and how do you feel? So before we go, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, comment below. But don't forget to smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.